The janitor's blood mixed with cleaning fluid on the marble floor, and the man recording it all was laughing. Marcus Williams watched through the break room window as Rosa Martinez, 62, crawled toward her scattered pills. Heart medication, diabetes insulin. Manager Derek Chen kicked them further away. Stealing $200? Should have known better. People like you always take what isn't yours. 20 employees watched. 5 recorded. Nobody helped. Marcus's hands trembled inside his janitor disguise. This wasn't just about Rosa anymore. This was his empire, 15,000 employees, 400 stores, built on a lie he'd told himself. That dignity trickled down. These weren't just black stories or distant real-life stories anymore. This was happening in his house, under his name, with his money paying the abuser's salary. Have you ever discovered you were funding the very cruelty you spent your life fighting? 2:47 p.m. Marcus entered through the loading dock, industrial bleach burning his nostrils. The janitor uniform scratched against his $3,000 shirt underneath. Name tag: Mike Johnson. The quarterly inspection was supposed to take 20 minutes. The sound of glass breaking changed everything. "That's coming out of your final check," Derek Chen's voice echoed. Marcus followed it to find 30 employees circled like spectators at a gladiator match. Through the crowd, he saw Rosa Martinez on her knees, picking up shards of a framed photo with bleeding fingers. "My husband's memorial," she whispered. "You broke my husband's. I didn't break anything. You dropped it when I caught you stealing." Derek held up his Samsung showing security footage. 11:43 p.m. You, safe room. $200 missing this morning. Marcus studied the screen. The woman in the footage was 30 pounds heavier than Rosa. The timestamp font didn't match their security system's default. Amateur editing. "That's not me." Rosa stood, blood dripping on her uniform. "My badge records show I left at 9 p.m. Check them. Badge records get deleted after 24 hours. Company policy." Derek smiled. Convenient, right? That was a lie. Marcus had implemented 90-day retention himself. Derek knew this. He'd signed the policy update. "You want to know what this is really about?" Rosa's voice found strength. "Tell them what you did Tuesday. Supply closet. Your hands on my—" Derek's palm cracked across her face. The sound echoed. Nobody moved. "You just assaulted her!" A young cashier, Maya, stepped forward. "I was stopping a violent criminal from attacking me." Derek straightened his tie. "Everyone saw her lunge at me, right?" Silence. Then 3 voices. "Yes, Mr. Chen." Paul, James, Monica, all shift supervisors, all wearing new Apple Watches. Marcus did the math. $1,200 each, purchased last week according to their social media. Assistant manager Brittany Kim went live on Instagram. Breaking. Store 47 theft drama. Manager Derek Chen just exposed Rosa Martinez stealing $200. She's claiming sexual harassment as cover-up. Already at 1,500 viewers, y'all. Comments flooded. #Team Derek. Old lady playing victim card. This is why they shouldn't hire them. But also, something's off here. Check her hands. She's bleeding. Derek hit her. I saw it. Sir. Rosa pulled out a Samsung tablet, surprising everyone. I recorded Tuesday's incident, audio only, but Derek snatched it, smashed it against the wall. $500 destruction of company property. That's a felony. He turned to security guard Jake Morrison. You witnessed her bring unauthorized electronics into secure areas. Jake, 23, first job out of community college, hesitated. "Mr. Chen, she's allowed personal devices in the break room." "You sure about that, Jake? Your 90-day review is next week." Jake's shoulders dropped. Maybe I was mistaken." Marcus stepped forward, glass crunching under his boots. "You can't destroy evidence of— Who the fuck asked you?" Derek grabbed Marcus's name tag. "Mike Johnson? You even legal? Let me see your papers." "I don't need to show you. Jake, call the police. We have 2 suspects now." Derek's Patek Philippe caught the light $47,000 retail. Marcus knew because he'd seen the purchase on Derek's corporate credit card, filed as Client Entertainment. Rosa's phone rang. She answered with shaking hands. "Hello? Yes, this is— What? No, the insurance was supposed to— Denied?" Her face crumbled. "My granddaughter's chemo— I understand." She hung up. "They terminated my insurance already. It's been 12 minutes. Should have thought about that before stealing." Derek pulled out pre-signed termination papers dated yesterday. "Rosa Martinez, you are fired for gross misconduct, theft, and destroying company property." Marcus caught the date. Yesterday, before the alleged theft even occurred. A Porsche Cayenne screeched into the parking lot. Tom Bradley entered wearing Callaway golf attire, bourbon on his breath at 2:58 p.m. "Where's my thief?" "Tom, please," Rosa begged. "You know me. 5 years ago, your son's graduation party, I worked overtime, no extra pay, because you asked. That was before we knew you were illegal. I was born in San Antonio. My father served in Vietnam. I showed you his Purple Heart. Fake documents are easy to get." Tom pulled out his phone. "My buddy at ICE owes me a favor." Brittany zoomed in. "Regional manager calling ICE? This is insane. 3,000 viewers." Marcus noticed something critical. The safe Derek referenced had biometric locks, fingerprint, and retinal scan. Only Derek and Tom had access. The system logged showed Derek's fingerprints at 11:41 p.m. last night, 2 minutes before the alleged theft. "Mr. Bradley." Maria, 61, stepped forward. "Rosa found $500 cash yesterday. Turned it in. I witnessed it. Would a thief— You defending her, Maria?" Tom's eyes narrowed. "How's your son? Still needs that job reference for Microsoft." Maria stepped back, defeated. Marcus pulled out his real phone, started recording everything. The blood on the floor, Rosa's swelling face, Derek's $47,000 watch, Tom's Porsche outside $127,000, lease paid by the company. 3 minutes to leave, Derek announced, or you're both arrested. Rosa collapsed. Marcus caught her, felt her pulse racing, 180 BPM. Diabetic crisis imminent. "Don't touch her," Derek shouted. "That's sexual assault. Jake, you saw him groping her." Marcus made a decision. In exactly 7 minutes, these 2 men would discover who really owned every inch of this floor they stood on. But first, he needed Rosa to survive the next 3. The countdown had begun. 3:02 p.m. Rosa's fingernails turned blue. Diabetic ketoacidosis. Marcus recognized the symptoms. 15 minutes until coma, 20 until death. "She's dying," Marcus stated, not asking. "Criminals get what they deserve." Derek checked his Patek Philippe. 2 minutes until you're both arrested. The crowd had swollen to 60. Brittany's live stream showed 5,000 viewers, but 3 other employees were streaming too. Combined audience, 12,000. Marcus caught fragments of their commentary. This the same manager who grabbed Keisha last month. Jenny from Shoes got $30,000 to stay quiet. My cousin's a labor attorney, forwarding this now. Judge Hamilton's wife, Beverly, pushed through. I've called 911 and my husband, Tom Bradley, he's particularly interested in your ICE threat against a citizen. Tom's bourbon confidence evaporated. Beverly, we golf together. Not anymore. She knelt beside Rosa, checking her pulse. Former combat nurse, Vietnam. This woman has maybe 10 minutes. Then she better crawl fast. Derek laughed, performing for the cameras. That's when Rosa surprised everyone. She pulled out a second phone from her ankle holster. Everything's backed up. Tuesday's assault. 3 other women. All recorded. Derek lunged for it. Marcus intercepted, catching Derek's wrist. The manager's Patek Philippe came loose. Fell. Shattered on the concrete. That's $50,000, Derek screamed. 47,000, Marcus corrected. Purchased on corporate card. Misuse of funds is a felony over $10,000. Who the fuck are you? Derek swung with his left hand. Marcus sidestepped, minimal movement. Derek's momentum carried him into a display rack. Chips and candy scattered. The crowd gasped. Jake! Derek scrambled up. He assaulted me! Jake stood frozen, radio in hand. I saw you swing first, Mr. Chen. Your job. I don't care anymore. Jake pulled off his security badge, threw it at Derek's feet. I've been recording everything for 3 months. For the FBI. The room exploded. Brittany nearly dropped her phone. Security guard is FBI? What is happening? Derek's face went from red to white to green. You're lying. Jake pulled out his real badge. Financial Crimes Division. We've been investigating missing inventory. 300,000 in 6 months. Tom Bradley ran for the exit. 2 uniformed officers stood there, having arrived silently. Mr. Bradley, we need to talk. I want lawyers. They're en route. Your assets were frozen 17 minutes ago. By whose authority? The CEO of Williams Retail Group, Marcus Williams. Marcus felt every eye searching the room, looking for suits, for power, for authority. Nobody looked at the black janitor in the blood-stained uniform. The invisible man holding the dying woman. This is bullshit. Derek pulled out his phone. I'm calling. Every screen in the store flickered. The corporate logo appeared, then financial records. Derek's personal accounts, receiving $5,000 monthly deposits from store maintenance fund. Tom's accounts showing $15,000 monthly from regional development. What the? Derek stabbed at his phone. These are private. Not anymore. A woman's voice from the entrance. Jennifer Chen, corporate legal counsel, walked in with 3 associates. Mr. Chen, Mr. Bradley, you're terminated. Effective immediately. You can't? I can. CEO's orders. He's been watching everything. Watching? How? Derek spun around wildly. Where is he? Jennifer smiled. Closer than you think. Rosa's breathing stopped. Marcus didn't hesitate. He dropped to his knees, started CPR. Compressions, breath, compressions, breath. His expensive watch gleamed with each push. The real Patek Philippe, worth $200,000, hidden under his sleeve. Get off her! Derek grabbed Marcus's shoulder. You're not qualified. Marcus caught Derek's hand, twisted, sent him sprawling. I'm certified. Emergency medical response. Required for all executives. Executives? Derek gasped from the floor. Rosa coughed, sputtered, breathed. Her eyes fluttered open, focused on Marcus. Recognition dawned. Mr. Williams, the name hit like thunder. Brittany's scream pierced everything. The janitor is Marcus Williams? But Marcus didn't respond, didn't confirm, just kept Rosa stable. Your insulin? Where exactly? Locker 47, combination 362436. Anyone? Marcus looked at the crowd. Anyone? Maya ran. Others followed. A stampede to help. Derek crawled backward. No, no way. You're not what? Marcus kept his voice level. Not the kind of CEO who'd clean his own toilets, who'd wear a janitor's uniform, who'd let you abuse his employees for 2 hours to gather evidence. Evidence of what? Tom demanded. Marcus pulled out his real phone. The $5,000 one showed the screen to the cameras, to the live streams, to the 15,000 now watching. Everything, every word, every crime, every confession, uploaded to federal servers. The FBI already has it. You can't record without consent, Derek screamed. Minnesota is a one-party consent state, Jennifer noted. The CEO consented to recording in his own store. Maya returned with insulin. Marcus administered it with practiced precision. Rosa's color slowly returned. How? Derek whispered. How did you? Your Porsche, Tom. Marcus didn't look up from Rosa. Parked in the handicapped space. My mother was in a wheelchair. That disrespect caught my attention 3 months ago. 3 months? I've been investigating you both since October. Fake vendors, ghost employees, kickbacks. You stole $340,000 from this company. But worse, you stole dignity from 127 employees. Sirens, ambulance. Paramedics rushed in, took over Rosa's care. She grabbed Marcus's hand. You knew all along? Not about today. This was supposed to be a routine inspection, but I knew about him. Marcus stood facing Derek. I knew about the harassment complaints, the theft, the toxic culture. I was going to handle it quietly. Corporate restructuring, golden parachutes. He pulled off the janitor uniform, revealing the $3,000 suit underneath. Tom Fordle. Custom. The transformation was instant, from invisible to inevitable. But then you made her bleed. Marcus stepped over the shattered Patek Philippe. You made her beg. You tried to kill her with cruelty. Mr. Williams, Jennifer approached. The board is waiting. Let them wait. Marcus looked at the cameras, the streams, the thousands watching. They're about to learn what happens when leadership fails, when systems protect predators, when good people do nothing. He turned to the employees. Store 47 is closed, effective immediately. Everyone keeps their jobs, everyone gets paid. But this building needs deep cleaning. Derek laughed, hysteria creeping in. You're going to lose millions. The board will crucify you. Marcus smiled. The first time in 2 hours. The board doesn't own me. I own them. The lights flickered. Every screen showed a single number. 67%. His controlling stake. The real power reveal was coming. 3:11 p.m. Marcus stood in the epicenter of destruction, his Tom Ford suit stained with Rosa's blood. The designer fabric meant nothing. The blood meant everything. Security footage from my office. Derek held up his phone triumphantly. Shows Marcus Williams in a video call with Tokyo, time-stamped 1 hour ago. You're a fraud. Marcus pulled out his phone, not the burner, but his real device, titanium, custom encrypted. Jennifer, could you authenticate something for me? On the TV screen, corporate counsel Jennifer Chen appeared via video link. The Tokyo conference was pre-recorded, Mr. Chen, CEO's contingency protocol. Mr. Williams has been in Minnesota for 6 hours. Impossible. Tom grabbed Derek's phone. This is deep fake technology. Actually, FBI agent Jake Morrison stepped forward, removing his security guard disguise. We can verify Mr. Williams's location through federal surveillance. He entered this building at 2:47 p.m. The revelation rippled through the crowd. But Derek wasn't finished. He pulled out a second phone, a satellite device. I'm calling Richardson. Marcus knew that name. David Richardson, majority stakeholder after him. Texas oil money. Old Boys Club. David, Derek's voice pitched high. Marcus Williams is here. He's trying to... Yes, I'll put you on speaker. Richardson's drawl filled the store. Marcus, oh boy, what the hell are you doing? The board's in emergency session. You're about to be removed. Am I? Marcus stayed calm. Check your portfolios, David. Pause. Keyboard clicks. Then, what did you do? I exercised my options, all of them. As of 7 minutes ago, I own 67% of Williams Retail Group. That's $2 billion. $2.3 billion. Marcus pulled up the transaction on his tablet, showed it to the cameras. My entire tech portfolio, liquidated. My real estate, sold. My yacht, my jets, my art collection. Everything, converted to company shares. The crowd gasped. Brittany's livestream comment count exploded past 100,000 viewers. You destroyed your wealth for this? Richardson's voice cracked. I consolidated it. Marcus's tone could cut steel. I don't need 5 houses. These people need insulin. I don't need a yacht. They need dignity. The board will sue. With what standing? I followed SEC regulations. Every form filed, every disclosure made. It's done, David. You've lost your mind. For what? Some junkie janitor? Rosa, on her stretcher, lifted her head. I'm not a junkie. I'm diabetic. Type 1. Genetic. My grandfather had it. My father. I don't care about your sob story, Richardson roared. But I do. Marcus walked to Rosa's stretcher. And there's something else. Rosa, do you remember Margaret Williams? The lady in hospice, room 47. Rosa's eyes softened. Such a fighter. Stayed past my shift every night. No extra pay. She was alone so much. Not alone. You were there. Marcus's voice caught. She wrote about you every day. The nurse with gentle hands who sang spirituals, who brought homemade soup, who held her while she screamed through the pain. She was special to me, Rosa whispered. She was my mother. The store went silent. Even the live stream comments stopped. Mama died believing I'd lost my way. Tech money. Distance, forgetting where I came from. Marcus pulled out a leather journal, water-damaged, worn. Her last entry, tell Rosa she saved me. Tell her she matters. Tell her my son will remember the forgotten ones. He opened it, showed a photo tucked inside. Margaret Williams and Rosa Martinez holding hands in the hospice. I bought this company 3 months after she died, not for profit, for promise. But I failed. Marcus's composure finally cracked. I let spreadsheets replace souls. Let metrics replace morality. Let men like Derek Chen manage my mother's legacy. Derek tried one more attack. This is emotional manipulation. Check my files. Perfect reviews for 4 years. Reviews you wrote yourself. Marcus pulled up metadata on his tablet. Every one authored from your IP address. Meanwhile, real complaints. He swiped through documents. 43 in 18 months, all buried. Those employees were lying, were they? Marcus nodded toward the entrance. 12 women walked in, different ages, ethnicities, uniforms from various departments, each holding a manila folder. Jenny Morrison, the first woman stated, cashier, terminated after reporting assault, paid $30,000 in hush money from store funds. Keisha Washington, stockroom, grabbed repeatedly, told I'd be deported despite being born in Memphis. Maria Santos, overnight shift, wage theft totaling $15,000 over 2 years. One by one, they spoke. Each folder contained evidence photos, recordings, screenshots, medical records. Derek's face went from red to white to green. We formed a group, Jenny explained. Secret Facebook page, 67 members, all store 47 survivors. Tom Bradley made a break for the exit. 2 legitimate police officers stood there, not FBI, but Minneapolis PD. Mr. Bradley, we have a warrant. For what? Fraud, embezzlement, and now attempting to file a false police report. You called us about drug dealers. There are no drug dealers here. As they cuffed Tom, he screamed at Derek, "This is your fault. Your greed." "My greed?" Derek laughed hysterically. "You drove a Porsche. You bought a mansion. With money you stole first." Marcus let them implode, then spoke quietly. "Gentlemen, you're both right, and both wrong. The money was never yours. It belonged to them." He gestured to the employees. Every unpaid overtime hour, every denied raise, every stolen break. He pulled up a new screen on his tablet, which is why, effective immediately, the Marcus Williams Restitution Protocol activates. Forensic accountants will review 5 years of payroll. Every penny owed will be paid, with interest and penalties. And that could be millions, Derek gasped. 37 million, actually. I ran the numbers. Marcus showed the calculations. Just for store 47, system-wide, over 300 million. You'll bankrupt the company. No, I'll bankrupt myself. Personal funds, not corporate. Marcus pulled up transfer confirmations. Already in escrow, irrevocable. The crowd exploded. Tears, cheers, disbelief. Someone shouted, "Is this real?" "As real as Rosa's insulin." Marcus turned to the paramedics. "Which she needs now. Transport her. Best hospital. All expenses covered. Forever." As they wheeled Rosa out, she grabbed Marcus's hand. "Your mother would be wrong about me until today." Marcus squeezed back. "I'm not the man she thought I was, but maybe I can become him." "Mr. Williams," Agent Morrison interrupted, "we need your devices, evidence." Marcus handed over 3 phones, 2 tablets, a smartwatch. "Everything's backed up to federal servers, chain of custody maintained, admissible in court." "You planned this?" "For 3 months. Ever since I saw Derek's Porsche in my mother's memorial parking space." Marcus's jaw tightened. "She donated that land for disabled access. He used it for vanity." Brittany, still streaming, asked the question 200,000 viewers were thinking, "Why didn't you just fire them?" "Because firing isn't justice. It's erasure. They'd resurface elsewhere, hurt others." Marcus looked directly at her camera. "This isn't about store 47. This is about every store. every office, every place where power preys on need. His phone, the last one, hidden until now, buzzed. A text from the board. Emergency vote complete. You win. Full restructuring approved. But Marcus didn't smile, didn't celebrate. Just looked at Derek, broken on the floor, and said, "You know what's pathetic? You had everything. Authority, salary, respect. But it wasn't enough. You needed to hurt people." Why, ma? Derek's response chilled everyone. Because I could. 3 words that would replay in courtrooms, newsrooms, and boardrooms for years. Marcus walked toward the exit, stopped, turned back. Monday, Store 47 reopens. New management chosen by you, the workers. Democratic vote. And everyone starts at $22 an hour, including janitors. Can the company afford that? Someone asked. The company can't afford not to. Marcus pulled off his suit jacket, handed it to Maria, the elderly employee who'd tried to defend Rosa. For your son's Microsoft interview, Tom Ford. It opens doors. She cried, clutching the $3,000 jacket. Marcus walked out in his shirt sleeves, blood still on his cuffs, into the Minnesota cold. Behind him, Derek's sobs mixed with Tom's curses and the crowd's amazement. But ahead, something else waited. The real battle. The one his mother had whispered about in her morphine dreams. Change the machine, Marcus. Don't just oil it. Change it. Time to keep that promise. 3:45 p.m. The emergency board meeting was already in chaos when Marcus connected. Through the Store 47 TV screens, 12 faces appeared, but not united. Battle lines already drawn. "This is illegal," Richardson shouted, papers flying past his camera. "Securities fraud, manipulation." Actually, board member Sandra Williams, no relation, interrupted. Marcus followed every SEC guideline. I've been reviewing his filings for the past hour. It's bulletproof. You're defending him? Harrison's face was purple. I'm defending the law. Sandra, former federal prosecutor, pulled up documents. What I'm not defending is this. She shared her screen emails between Harrison and Derek. You knew about the harassment. You called the victims acceptable losses. The store employees gasped. Brittany's live stream exploded. Board member turns whistleblower. Sandra, you signed confidentiality. Void when covering criminal conduct. She kept reading. Harrison to Bradley, March 15th. Keep the ethnics in line. They're lucky to have jobs. Marcus let the board devour itself, then spoke. 4 of you knew. 8 were kept ignorant. I know who's who. You're bluffing, Patricia Chen challenged. Marcus pulled up phone records. Patricia, you called Derek 17 times last month, all after complaints were filed. Want me to play the recordings? You tapped our phones? No, Derek recorded them. Insurance, he called it. He didn't trust you either. Derek, on the floor in handcuffs, screamed, That's privileged! Not anymore. FBI agent Morrison held up a warrant. Judge signed this 10 minutes ago. All communications are evidence. Board member Dr. James Foster, the company's longest-serving director, finally spoke. Marcus, what are your terms? James, Harrison turned on him. You can't negotiate with our majority owner? Foster's voice carried 40 years of boardroom authority. He owns 67%. We're advisors now, nothing more. Thank you, James. Marcus pulled up his presentation. The Williams Protocol. 7 points, non-negotiable. First slide, immediate actions. 1. Harrison, Patricia, Richardson, and Mitchell resign. Tonight. No severance, no legal protection. You can't. I can. Marcus showed the bylaws. Majority owner can call for individual removal. Want a vote? It'll be 67% to your combined 18%. Sandra Williams raised her hand. I second the motion. Traitor! Richardson spat. Patriot, she corrected, to the company my grandfather helped build before you vultures arrived. Dr. Foster nodded. I third the motion. Harrison, you've perverted everything this company stood for. The coup was internal, too. Marcus hadn't expected this gift. 2, Marcus continued. Every manager with multiple complaints investigated by external firm. Termination and prosecution where warranted. That's hundreds of people. 147, actually. Marcus had the list ready. I've been tracking for months. They're already notified. Emails went out 3 minutes ago. Harrison's phone rang. He answered, went white. My son? You fired my son? Your son has 19 complaints in Boston, including 2 assaults. Marcus pulled up the file. You transferred him 3 times to hide it. 3, Marcus moved on. Compensation revolution. $22 minimum. Full health care. 6 months parental leave. Profit sharing for all. The math doesn't work. Patricia pulled out her calculator. CFO Jennifer Chen intervened via video. I've run 17 models. It works if we cut executive compensation by 70% and eliminate bonuses tied to stock price. That's our money. No, Marcus corrected. It's their money. You've been stealing it for years. 4. New slide. Board reconstruction. 6 employee elected members. Full voting rights. That's unprecedented. Amazon's unions are demanding the same. Walmart's considering it. We'll lead or be left behind. Board member Lisa Park, head of the Compensation Committee, surprised everyone. I support this. My daughter works retail. She can't afford insulin. I've been a hypocrite. The alliance shifted. 5 supporting Marcus now. The old guard crumbling. 5. Marcus's voice hardened. The Margaret Williams Justice Fund. $200 million. Not company money mine. Every victim compensated. No NDAs, no conditions. $200 million? Richardson laughed desperately. You'll be broke. I'll have $1.8 billion left. I can survive. Marcus pulled up 3 photographs. Sarah Kim couldn't. Hung herself in the store bathroom. You paid her parents $50,000 to be quiet. The live stream audience hit 2 million. #Justice. For Sarah trending worldwide. Michelle Rodriguez, 19. Overdosed after Derek fired her for poor performance. Real reason? She recorded him assaulting her. Dr. Foster removed his glasses, crying. I didn't know about the suicides. Ashley Washington, 25. Derek shared her photos with 17 managers. Corporate chat. You all saw them. You laughed. Sandra Williams vomited on camera. Real revulsion. 6. Marcus pushed through. Full forensic audit, 5 years. Every store, every transaction, every complaint. Public results. That'll destroy us. No, hiding it destroyed us. Truth might save us. 7. Final slide. My role. I'm stepping down as CEO for 6 months. Working every position from janitor up. Learning what I allowed to happen. That shocked everyone. Even his allies. Marcus, Dr. Foster pleaded, without you, with me this happened. I need to earn the right to lead. Marcus pulled up one last document. Sandra Williams will serve as interim CEO, former federal prosecutor. Clean hands, sharp mind. Sandra straightened. I accept. Harrison made his last stand. Board vote required for CEO change. Already have it. Marcus showed the tally. Sandra, Foster, Park, Williams, and Chen. 5 votes. Plus my 67% if needed. Chen, Patricia turned to her fellow board member Michael Chen. No relation to Derek. Michael nodded. My nephew was fired from Store 12 for being gay. By a manager you protected, Harrison. I'm done with this. The math was clear. Old guard had 4 votes. New guard had 5. Marcus had 67%. Vote, Marcus commanded. Williams protocol, all 7 points. Dr. Foster called it all in favor. Aye, 5 voices. All opposed, silence. Even Harrison couldn't speak. Abstentions? Abstain. 4 voices, defeated. Motion passes. Foster's gavel echoed through 2 states. Marcus looked at the employees of Store 47. You won, not me. You. By surviving. By recording. By standing witness. His phone buzzed. Text from the president. Watching. Call me. Another from Warren Buffett. Proud of you, son. Another from his ex-wife. Your mother would be crying. Good tears. But Marcus focused on Rosa's face on the paramedic's tablet. She was watching from the ambulance. Mrs. Martinez, you asked about my mother. She said something before she died. Power isn't about having. It's about giving away. I didn't understand then. He pulled out a document, signed it on his car hood, held it up to the camera. 51% of my shares, transferred to the Margaret Williams Employee Trust. Workers now own this company. I keep 16%. Enough to guide. Not enough to dictate. The board screens erupted in chaos. Harrison fainted. Richardson threw his laptop. But in Store 47, silence. Then Maya, the young cashier, started clapping. Others joined. Not celebration, acknowledgement, recognition. Mr. Williams, Agent Morrison interrupted, we need you for depositions. Monday. This weekend, I have promises to keep. Marcus got in his mother's old Toyota. Store 47 reopens Monday. I'll be here, mopping floors, like she did. He drove away as snow began falling harder, leaving behind a revolution that started with one woman's tears and ended with an empire transformed. Behind him, Derek was loaded into a federal transport van, screaming about lawyers. Ahead, Marcus saw his mother's ghost in the rearview mirror, finally smiling. The war was won at 4:27 p.m. The reconstruction would take years. Monday, 7 a.m. Store 47 was surrounded by police barriers. Not for crime, for crowd control. 300 fired managers from other stores had driven through the night, demanding reinstatement. Marcus arrived in his janitor uniform to find them blocking the entrance. Williams, you destroyed our lives. No, you destroyed others' lives. I just stopped you. He walked through them, unafraid. They parted, perhaps sensing the FBI agents in unmarked cars. Inside, Rosa Martinez waited in a wheelchair, IV still attached. She'd checked herself out against medical advice. You shouldn't be here, Marcus said. Neither should you. Board's emergency injunction. Failed. Judge threw it out an hour ago. Sandra Williams, interim CEO, entered with security. But we have bigger problems. Derek didn't plead guilty. What? His father flew in from Hong Kong. Hedge fund billionaire. Hired Kirkland and Ellis. They're claiming entrapment, illegal surveillance, civil rights violations. Marcus felt the weight of reality. Victory in battle didn't mean the war was won. There's more, Agent Morrison interrupted. Tom Bradley's dead. The room froze. Suicide, federal detention. Left a note blaming you, Marcus. Marcus sat down hard. He'd wanted justice, not death. Rosa grabbed his hand. Tom chose his path, just like Sarah Kim was forced to choose hers. A teenage boy entered David Kim, Sarah's brother. He wore a Store 47 uniform. I got a job here, where she worked, where she died. He handed Marcus a crumpled paper. Found this in her locker. Maintenance never cleaned it out. Sarah's handwriting, shaky, desperate. Day 127. Derek grabbed me again. HR said I misunderstood. Mom needs my insurance for chemo. Can't quit. Can't stay. Trapped. If you find this after I'm gone, know I tried. We all tried. The system just wins. Marcus stood, walked to the bathroom where Sarah died. The tiles still had faint stains, blood, or tears, unclear. He knelt, started scrubbing. Mr. Williams, a reporter had snuck in. The stock's down 40%. Analysts say you've destroyed the company. Good. Marcus kept scrubbing. It needed destroying. Shareholders are suing. You could lose everything. Already gave everything away. Can't lose what you don't have. His phone rang. Derek Chen from jail. Marcus put it on speaker. Derek. You think you won? My father's going to bury you. Wrongful termination. Defamation. Emotional distress. 100 million minimum. Sue away. And Rosa? That illegal immigrant? We're reporting her to ICE. She's a citizen born in San Antonio. Prove it. Birth certificate burned in Harvey flooding. Hospital records lost. She's undocumented now. The line went dead. Rosa's face crumbled. Derek was right. Her documents were gone. I'll handle it, Sandra promised. Federal contacts. We'll get duplicates. Could take months, Rosa whispered. Without papers, I can't work. Another crisis. Then another text from Marcus's CFO. Major investors pulling out. Need $500 million by Friday or bankruptcy. Marcus laughed. Actually laughed. You find this funny? Sandra asked. My mother always said, real change only comes through fire. We're just getting started burning. He pulled out his last asset, his mother's house, kept off all books, worth $2 million in today's market. Selling this, every penny goes to keeping stores open. That won't cover $500 million. No, but this might. Warren Buffett walked in, unannounced. 89 years old, sharp as steel. Berkshire's investing $1 billion, but conditions. Which are? You stay as janitor 6 months, prove the model works. Every store profitable under new structure, or I take control. An impossible challenge. 400 stores. 6 months, while fighting lawsuits. Deal. Marcus shook his hand. You're insane, Sandra whispered. No, I'm motivated. Marcus pulled up employee records. 47,000 workers depending on us. They've been abandoned before. Not again. The crowd outside grew louder. Fired managers now joined by supporters. Signs reading, Dignity over dollars battled, Marcus destroyed America. Inside, employees voted on their new manager. Robert Chen won, unanimously, 32 years of experience finally recognized. His first act, everyone starts same wage, $22, including me. Managers shouldn't make more than workers. That's economically impossible, the reporter protested. Watch us prove otherwise. Robert pulled up his MBA thesis, written in broken English but brilliant in concept. Flat structure, shared responsibility, rotating leadership. It works in co-ops. Why not retail? Marcus's phone buzzed. Message from China. Derek's father. Offer, drop all charges, reinstate Derek. I invest $2 billion. Marcus deleted it without responding. Another message. This from an unknown number. Photo of a gravestone. Tom Bradley's. The caption, "You killed him." Marcus saved that one. A reminder that revolution has casualties on all sides. "Mr. Williams," David Kim approached, "my mother wants to meet you. She has something from Sarah." "What?" "Videos. Everything Derek did. Sarah recorded it all. Hidden camera in her glasses. Mom just found them. The evidence that would win everything. Or lose it if Derek's lawyers claimed inadmissible recording." Marcus made a choice. Release them. All of them. Public domain. Let the world judge. The lawyers will deal with truth instead of tactics. As he returned to scrubbing, Rosa sang. The same spirituals she'd sung to his mother. The fired managers outside fell silent, listening. Change hadn't won yet, but it had begun. 6 months later, Marcus Williams cleaned blood from the bathroom floor, not old blood, but fresh. Another employee had attempted suicide. Failed, thankfully, but the message was clear. Winning one battle hadn't won the war. Derek Chen was acquitted. His father's lawyers convinced a jury that Marcus had orchestrated entrapment, that Rosa Martinez had faked her medical crisis, that the recordings were deepfakes. Money bought reasonable doubt. Derek stood outside the courthouse, smiling for cameras. "I'm suing for defamation. Marcus Williams destroyed an innocent man." But the camera missed what happened next. 17 women surrounded Derek, silent, holding photos of Sarah Kim, Michelle Rodriguez, Ashley Washington. They said nothing, just stood. Witnesses. Derek ran to his father's Bentley. "Mr. Williams." David Kim found Marcus in the bathroom, scrubbing. Mom released Sarah's videos. Unedited, full footage. 3 hours of Derek's assaults. Crystal clear. Legal for civil suits, even if criminal court failed. "Derek's father offered me $10 million to destroy them," David continued. "I told him to fuck himself." Sarah's words, not mine. Marcus smiled first time in weeks. The stores were struggling. Only 193 had successfully converted to the Rosa model. The rest faced lawsuits from fired managers, resistance from regional directors, sabotage from competitors. Stock price down 18% from 6 months ago. But something else was up. Marcus pulled out his phone, showed David the metrics that mattered. Employee suicide rate decreased 94%, workplace assault reports down 78%. Because they're actually addressed. Worker satisfaction, 87% from 23%. Customer loyalty, highest in retail. "We're losing money but saving lives," Marcus said. "Fair trade." Rosa Martinez entered, walking now with a cane. Diabetes had taken feeling from her feet, but not fight from her spirit. Channel 5 wants an interview. About Tom Bradley's widow. Tom's widow was suing Marcus for wrongful death, claiming her husband was driven to suicide. She wanted $50 million. She's also suing his victims, Rosa added, says they conspired to destroy him. The cruelty was systemic, generational, protected. "Mr. Williams," a young woman entered, new employee. "I'm Sarah's cousin. Emma, just got hired. Is it true you clean toilets?" Marcus held up his mop. "Every day." "Why? You're rich." "I'm employed. There's a difference." Marcus returned to scrubbing. "Rich is what you have. Employed is what you do. I do this." His phone buzzed. Message from prison. Not Derek. he was free. This was from someone else, Tom Bradley, Jr., serving 5 years for securities fraud. Mr. Williams, I testified against my father because he was evil, but you killed him. We're both killers now. Marcus didn't delete it. Another reminder, revolution devours everyone. CNN played on the break room TV. Split screen, Derek Chen announcing his new consulting firm for wrongly accused managers versus workers' rights activists calling for boycotts. Did we really change anything? Emma asked. Derek's free. Tom's dead but martyred. You're broke. Rosa's disabled. Sarah's still gone. Marcus stopped mopping, looked at her directly. Yesterday, a woman named Maria in store 127 reported harassment. Her manager was fired in 4 hours, not transferred, not paid off. Fired. He resumed mopping. Last year, Maria would have been fired for reporting. That's change. But Derek is free but finished. Google his name. First result, Sarah's videos. Forever. Rosa pulled out her phone, showed the trending hashtags. Hash Sarah Kim Truth, 47 M views. Hash Rosa Martinez Strong, 12 M posts. Hash Dignity. Over dollars, 3 M supporters. The legal system failed, Rosa said. But the human system? We're winning. Marcus's phone rang. Warren Buffett. Marcus, Berkshire's staying invested, not for the profits, for the proof. Proof of what? That American business can have a soul again. The line went dead. Marcus returned to mopping. Emma watched, confused. Don't you hate this? Cleaning where Sarah died? Where you lost everything? Marcus wrung out the mop, water running clear finally. I didn't lose anything. I paid. Different thing entirely. He looked at Sarah's memorial photo. And the price? It was fair. Store 47 would open in 10 minutes. Customers already lined up. Not for sales, but for something else. The chance to shop where workers smiled real smiles. Where dignity was policy. Where humanity had won, even if the law had lost. Marcus Williams, janitor, former billionaire, current revolution, walked to the entrance, turned the sign from closed to open. Behind him, Rosa trained 5 new managers. David Kim reviewed Sarah's foundation applications. 3,000 workers seeking help. Emma started her first shift, proud and terrified. Ahead, Derek Chen appeared on live TV, announcing his wrongful termination lawsuit. $400 million demanded. Marcus didn't watch. He had toilets to clean, floors to mop, workers to protect. The revolution wasn't televised anymore. It was lived. One mop stroke at a time. These aren't just black stories or touching stories. These are real-life stories happening now, in stores where you shop. These are life stories that end in bathrooms, in break rooms, in boardrooms where dignity goes to die. Your voice matters. Your story counts. Your silence is complicity. Comment your truth below. Share this story with someone who needs to know they're not alone. Subscribe not for entertainment, but for evidence. Because somewhere, right now, another Sarah is writing a suicide note. Another Rosa is being fired for being human. Another Derek is counting money over bodies. And another Marcus is deciding whether to see or stay blind. Which one are you? The answer starts now.